Hello everyone, it's Crowd Games. Pyramids, mummies, sphinx. Ancient Egypt doesn't rush to share its secrets with humanity. So let's take another trip to the past and see everything with our own eyes. In the board game Kemet, you take on the role of one of the Egyptian gods, lead people into battle, fight in the hot desert and at the foot of great temples. And you have something to fight for, because the prize for the victory is immortality itself. As always, you have to prepare for the battles. Place the game board in the middle of the table. It is double-sided, one side is for 2 or 4 players, and the second is for 3 or 5 players. Moreover, for the 2 or 3 player games, the east bank of the Nile isn't accessible for the whole game. All the power tiles are placed face up next to the board. The temple's temporary victory points are placed on them, and the sanctuary of all gods' permanent victory points are placed on it. The other victory points are placed next to the board. Divine intervention cards are placed next to the board face down in a draw pile. Each player chooses a city and receives an individual board, 5 action tokens, 1 Ankh marker, 12 units of their color, 6 cards, 3 pyramids, and 1 random divine intervention card. For the first turn, the players choose the turn order randomly, and then the Battle of the Gods begins under the scorching sun. Each player in turn order chooses how to allocate 3 points among their pyramids and distribute 10 of their units between the districts with pyramids, with a limit of 5 units per space. The pyramids are the places of your power. This is where your new warriors appear. They also allow you to teleport to the obelisks, that is, to maneuver faster. They give you temporary victory points and help you acquire power tiles, which provide new opportunities and remove a number of restrictions. The number at the top of the pyramid determines its height and its level. Pyramids allow players to buy power tiles of the same color and level. Power tiles come in 4 levels and 3 types: red, blue, and white, like the colors of pyramids themselves, and provide various bonuses, such as increasing combat power or defense, giving additional prayer points, or providing you with powerful creatures that significantly increase the strength and abilities of your units. The game is a succession of night and day phases. Night is a quiet time when you can, for example, replenish your prayer points or get new divine intervention cards. Prayer points are the main game resource. You use them to perform all the actions in the game. And the divine intervention cards are your helpers, which can provide additional resources, help in the battle, or even harm the opponent. Don't forget you can place such a card only at the appropriate time. But all the main events, of course, take place during the day. Each player has the opportunity to perform a number of actions: pray, increase the level of 1 pyramid, buy a power tile, recruit new warriors, and move or attack. But for all actions you must pay with prayer points, so if you want to raise a pyramid, make sure to pay a couple of points. And if you want to purchase a creature to support the army, pay the price indicated on the power tile. But the prayer points are running out fast, and to replenish them, you can pray and gods will immediately grant you a few extra points that you can spend for further development. Take a pray action, gain 2 prayer points immediately. You're going to need these points if you want to buy power tiles that grant you magical creatures: a sphinx, a royal scarab, an ancestral elephant, a mummy, a phoenix, a deep desert snake, or a giant scorpion, and you'll want to have them by your side. The Sphinx lies on guard over the shrine, and with a smile looks down from the height, waiting for guests from the desert, of which you do not know. The game is so insidious that you'll not have time for slow development, as you'll immediately find yourself in the thick of things. The board is small, there are not enough temples for everyone, so you'll either have to attack or desperately defend. To fight in battle, the attacker and the defender should each choose battle cards. There are only 6 of them, and each time you start a battle, you choose 2 cards, discard 1, and play the second. Plus, you can add divine intervention cards for additional attack or defense bonuses. Divine intervention cards are smaller, so you can hide them under the battle card. Do it secretly, and you'll always have a surprise for your opponent. The player with a higher battle value wins the battle. Battle value is determined by adding together the number of units in a troop, the strength value of battle cards, any attack or defense bonuses from power tiles, creatures, and divine intervention cards. Then players count their casualties. Both the winner and the loser of the battle lose as many units as the total damage value of their opponent, minus their own total protection value. If the attacker wins the battle and has at least one unit left, they gain a permanent battle victory point and may choose where the opponent's troop will be repelled. But that's if the players don't choose to recall surviving units to their gods. If you do so, you receive one prayer point for every unit recalled. What you will not do for the sake of victory. As soon as a player has at least 8 victory points, or 10 according to the player's choice, at the end of the day phase, they are declared the winner. An interesting nuance is that there are permanent and temporary victory points. Permanent victory points are given, for example, for a successful attack or for controlling 2 temples at the end of the day phase. And temporary ones are for those who control a temple, raise their pyramid to level 4, or control an opponent's one. Keep in mind that these temporary points are, well, temporary and can be lost. The game is extremely aggressive. Usually the second you get out of the city gate to admire the desert landscapes and the beauty of majestic temples, you are immediately attacked, and your army is defeated, and the creatures are sent to where they came from. In Kemet, you constantly fight, attack or defend, trying to earn permanent victory points and keep temporary ones for as long as possible. And that's by no means easy. So if you like to think strategically, and the war is your element, you should definitely try this game. Great artwork, a huge number of combinations and strategies to try, the opportunity to take on the role of Horus or Anubis, and incredible miniatures of creatures that you just don't want to let go of your hands. And this and even more you'll find in this amazing game. And we don't say goodbye. Stay tuned. Find out more about our localized games at crowdgames.ru. To learn more about our games, visit crowdgames.us.